Steve, international break over. Can't wait to get started again. I'm sure you feel the same.
Yeah, it feels like it's a long time since the Stockport game, and yeah, it's we've used the international break as best as we could. We felt it was important to give the players a little bit of time off to rest and recharge and get ready to go again. And we've had some good training days as well. So we've also had a B team fixture in there that 7 of the first team players played in, which was good for them to get some minutes under the belt. And yeah, this week's been a normal preparation week for what's another exciting game.
Interesting game, the Everton game. It served a purpose, didn't it, in terms of players playing a game. You're a big Everton fan. Just what were your feelings been there? I was there myself. It's going to be a great place, and as I say, it was an interesting afternoon.
It was a good experience, as I say, especially for the young players to go out on that sort of stage and play in that type of stadium, and with the crowd being in there at 25,000 was excellent. I wanted it to look more like a first team fixture with the way our players. But the reason why we picked it, I wanted them to play at an intensity. I think it was difficult because it was a B team fixture, playing against under 21s. The tempo is never the same. I think also knowing that the game was only 65 minutes long. The performance itself wasn't great, but as I say, it served the purpose. We got 45 minutes into Kyle, Rico and to Keon Atete, who've not played any football lately, and then we got some 55 minutes into the other 4 lads. So yeah, that was, say, served the purpose. Yeah,
means to an end. Enrico and Dempsey having to run out again today. The B team have got a friendly game at Manchester City, which presumably will be another step along the road for them.
Yeah, exactly. And the plan was for them to probably train with the main group today, but we decided to come down on the intensity of the training session. It was been quite high on Monday and Tuesday, so we didn't want to do too much, and we felt it would benefit Rico and Kyle to get 60 minutes of high intensity work, and against Man City will be obviously a big test. The game is currently still going on, I believe. So yeah, we'll see how they got on, and hopefully they come through it and they'll see the benefit of it. But they'll be back in training with the boys tomorrow. Yeah,
the one bad bit of news over the international break was Paul Toley came away early from Northern Ireland with a bit of a hamstring issue. What's the situation with him?
Yeah, so he said that he felt a little bit stiff after the Stockport game and his hamstring, and it didn't settle down when he reported for international duty, so they scanned him over there. He's came back since and had another scan over here, and it's flagged up that there's some hamstring issues on the same leg as what he's had previously this season. I spoke to Owen when he got back on Thursday. I think I spoke to him, and he said obviously he thinks this issue that he's had is from an accumulation of last season. He played 60 odd games last year, didn't have much holiday. He went straight on the international duty last year, came back, had another 5 days, I think he said, before he rejoined pre-season. So if anything with him, it's probably just an overuse thing that he's got going on his hamstring, and something this summer he might have to really think about to make sure he's in a good position and doesn't have as stop-start of a season as what he's had this year.
Talking of the internationals, Josh Shane come back in. I was going to say walking tall, he's a little fella, but big in stature. He's had a great couple of weeks with Wales, so I'm sure his confidence is sky high, as it will have been the way he's been playing for us.
Yeah, he's a top player, and since we've come in the door, I've always known about Josh Shane and watched him and coached against him, and spoke how important it was for not to give him any time on the ball. And then when you work with him and you see the quality that he has got and how intelligent he is as a footballer, I think it backs up how much you rate him even more. So I've been really impressed. Obviously, Craig Bellamy is also picking him because the people who he's keeping out of the squad in the Wales setup is really impressive. So he's doing a brilliant job. He enjoyed his time. I spoke to him this morning when he got back in. He said he was tired after the journey back from North Macedonia, which is, again, understandable. But yeah, he's proven to be a big player for Wales as well. He's a big player for us. Yeah, the
focus back on us, of course, now. 9 weeks to go. Was it a nice little reset in the international break? I know we went into it on the back of a couple of defeats, but do you feel no momentum lost? Do you still feel good about things? And it's a nice little regroup ready for the last push?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, the last 2 games that we lost against Bristol Rovers and against Stockport were disappointing results, no doubt. We can't argue with that. But the performance levels in both games, we've probably done enough in both games to have won them on another day. We did make mistakes at Bristol Rovers in the second half where we gave away sloppy goals that were unnecessary. We gave away a penalty after 3 or 4 minutes as well. So we had to work really hard in that game. And then the Stockport game was a really tight game. that whichever team scored the first goal was probably going to go on and win it. We didn't take our big chance in the second half, and they did. So although the results went against us, the performances weren't too bad. There's things that we could get better on. Again, not arguing that, but the players can't lose confidence in what we're asking them to do. They've been playing well, and if they keep that belief and stick together as a group, then we're sure that they'll have enough in the tank to get the points that we need to get us in the positions in the playoffs that we want to be in.
A couple of teams played in the break, of course, and results went pretty well for us, but it is about what you do, about what we do, isn't it? With 9 games to go, do you still feel it's in our hands, albeit we're outside the top 6 at the minute, but you must feel that if you can produce the results you need, you want, you'll be in there? Yeah,
and the results will come if we perform well enough. I don't think we've had a game where I can look at the team and say we were miles off it today, and occasionally you will get that during the season. I can't say I've seen that yet, so that's the message to the players. Keep performing at the level, keep putting in the energy that you're playing at. Try and be a bit more clinical. Try not to make as many mistakes as we've made in the opening 9 games, and be a bit tighter, be a bit more streetwise, if you like, because in this last 9 games, that's what it's going to take. It's going to take everybody being at it, 100% focus. And if we can get the same amount of points as what we accumulated in the first 9 games that we were here, then we'll have a chance. Yeah. So that's the message, just stick to the plan. Yeah. Starts
at Blackpool, of course, just up the road, not too far. A tough game, given their record recently. The manager, of course, very experienced, but opportunity knocks, as they say.
Yeah, it's a tough game. We got a lot of information through off the analysts, and we've had a lot of time to prepare, so watched a lot of them. Usually went and watched them live last week at Northampton, and they're a good team. They're going forward. Their data is really strong, similar to ourselves, so it should be an attacking game. They've got good players who are in good rhythm at the moment. Niall Ennis, who I have known for a long time, is playing really well. The 2 wide players are a threat coming in off the line, so it's going to be a tough game. Yeah, so we have to make sure that we're ready for that. But again, like I say every week, I feel like I say the same thing. We have to make sure our performance is right, because we've got players that can hurt them too. Yeah, we have to say the same every week. It is the message, isn't it? And I feel like I say the same every week. It's a big week, and this is. We've come into it with 2 big away games to hopefully get going again, and it's a pivotal few days. It's a huge few days, and obviously being local rivalry games as well, there's a little bit more at stake. We didn't get the last one right with the result. Hopefully we can get this one right on Saturday. We know what's at stake, we know how important it is for our fans, and we prepare for that. The players will be aware of it, get the performance right, get the result that we want. Yeah, just lastly, not your problem, but you'll know about it, the historical record. The supporters have been going up there for a few years. It's been a while since we won, but as I say, the first one on your watch, it'd be nice to chalk it up. Definitely will. As I say, I wasn't aware of the history of being so long, not winning there, but again, we'd never won at Bolton, so hopefully we can have a similar outcome.